Hello students, in this video we will solve a couple of problems on parallel lines before we move to next set of problems. So let's begin with our first problem for today, which is if PQ is parallel to ST and angle PQR is equal to 110 and angle RST is equal to 130 degrees, find angle QRS. Now if you have a look at this diagram, okay, there is RY which has been constructed by me in dotted line, which means that it is not actually there in that particular diagram. So actually the diagram should be something like this, because in the question there is no mention at all about another parallel line. So what we need to do over here is we need to construct another parallel line to ST. So that is exactly what we will do, and that should be through R. So we'll draw another one, and I'll mark this in dotted form to show that it is constructed. Okay, and we will mark this with another line. So just make this proper so that it looks okay. Put this as X. So what we'll say in this, before we start with the solution, we'll say construct Rx. Okay, so we'll say draw Rx parallel to ST. That's all. Now that we have said that this is parallel to this, we are already given PQ is parallel to ST. So we'll write down what is we are given. So we'll mark this as 1, and we are given PQ is parallel to ST. So begin with our solution over here. PQ is parallel to ST, and we'll mark this as 2. Now PQ is parallel to ST and Rx is parallel to ST. Hence we can say, thus from 1 and 2 we get Rx parallel to PQ. So we know that if if one line is parallel to another line and that other line is parallel to a third line, then all three lines have to be parallel to each other. Okay, so thus we can say from 1 and 2 we get these two are parallel, that is PQ is parallel to now Rx as well. So now that we have got all three as parallel, let's begin with solving what we actually need. We need QRS. Now to solve a problem in this case, first we need to see what we have been given. We were given that PQ is parallel to ST. That is one thing we were given. Another thing we were given was that angle PQR is equal to 110 and angle RST is equal to 130. What we need, what we are asked to find in this problem is what is angle QRS. Okay, so how do we find QRS? For that, what we do is we construct another line which is Rx parallel to ST, and we say that Rx is parallel to PQ. Now why do we need to do all that? Okay, because we need this particular angle. Okay, now to get this particular angle we need to use certain properties of parallel lines and transverse. Now so if we want to find out this thing, we may have to find this entire angle first. Okay, so let us begin with what we have got first. Okay, we have this line, we have this line, we have been given 130 as this particular angle. Now since these two lines are parallel, okay, and this forms as a transversal between them. We assume that this is continuing over here and this also continues over here. So then this and this particular angle over here, they form internal angles, and internal angles we know are supplementary to each other. So we can say angle RST plus angle XRS is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because consecutive internal angles are supplementary. Got it? So now RST, we know RST we have been given as 130 degrees. So we write this as 130 degrees. XRS is what we need to find, 180 degrees over here. We take this on the other side, the sign of 130 changes from positive to negative when we take it on the other side, and we get XRS is equal to 50 degrees. So this particular angle now we have got as 50 degrees, right? Now look at PQ and RX. PQ also is parallel to RX, right? Here PQ is parallel to RX, okay? So then have a look at this particular angle. I'll just draw them separately. This is your P and Q over here. This is your R, and this is this little straight. Okay, sorry, this is not so straight. Here, okay, this is what I'm trying to point out at. We have been given this particular thing as 110 degrees over here, and now this entire angle QRX. The reason why I drew it separately is because you will get confused over here, because there's QRS over here, and we've just finished getting XRS over here. So I'm talking about the entire angle QRX. Aren't they alternate angles, alternate interior angles, right? Because these are the parallel lines and this is a transversal. So this form alternate. See, they are in the Z fashion. So we can say angle PQR is equal to angle QRX. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles. Okay, they are alternate interior angles, right? You can say, okay, because also you can say, or you can add one more thing over here. You can say since PQ or RX is parallel to PQ from 2, you can say, or and even over here, like how we have here, we can say that since PQ is parallel to ST given over here, we can say that therefore this, and even over here we can say since RX is parallel to PQ, therefore PQ is here. Now since PQR we say is equal to QRX, PQR is equal to QRX, that means PQR value is 110. Therefore we can say that therefore angle QRX is also equal to 110. You can say since angle PQR equal to 110, and that is given to us. Now QRX is equal to 110. Now what do we need? Okay, this is your QRX. We have a line over here, and this is your S over here. We need only QRS. We don't need QRX. But now we know the entire angle. We know something else as well. We know that XRS, this part, is 50 degrees. We know the full thing, we know this much, we need to know this. So the whole thing, and we minus this 50 degree out, we'll get what is QRS. So we can say over here, I'll put it down over here so that you can understand. So you say angle, sorry, I'll put a line over here, angle QRX can be written as sum of QRS plus sum of XRS, right? Some whole angle can be written as sum of QRS plus XRS, this one plus this one. Now we know what is QRX, the whole angle, we have got it over here, 110 degrees. QRS we need to find out, and XRS we have got it as 50 degrees from here. So we put this as 50 degrees. So if I take 50 degrees on the left hand side, it becomes negative, and we get angle QRS is equal to 60 degrees. Got it? So we solve our problem, not that difficult. The only part that that would have confused you would have been the part where we actually construct Rx. Okay, so such problems you need to have a look. Sometimes some problems need construction, not all of them. Most of the problems that you will get will not require construction. These are one of the few examples that we see over here, but otherwise the problem is easy. Let's move to the next problem. So our next problem is, if AB is parallel to CD, angle APQ is equal to 50 degrees and angle PRD is equal to 127 degrees, find X and Y. Okay, so we are given these two lines are parallel to each other. We have been given this angle APQ and also PRD. We need to find out these two angles, X and Y. So since these two are parallel, we can use certain properties of parallel lines and transversal. So if there are two transversals that I can see in this particular triangle is actually forming two transversal. One transversal is PQ and the other transversal is PR. So since AB is parallel to CD, and you can see PQ is a transversal, okay, intersecting AB and CD. We can say that angle APQ is equal to angle PQR. How? By alternate interior angles. Okay, they form the Z, APQR, okay, Z. So these are alternate interior angles lying within between two parallel lines. Right? So now we know angle, but you can say angle APQ is equal to 50 degrees, and this is given. So therefore we can say angle PQR, which is equal to 50 degrees, which is equal to X. So we find out X, right? PQR is nothing but X. We have been given that as X. Now next we need, now that we found out X, we need to find out what is Y. So how do we find out Y? For that we'll look to take the other angle that we have been given. So this time we'll use the same method, okay, but slightly we'll get it differently. Like for example, I'll tell you, since AB is parallel to CD, and this time we take PR as the transversal, and PR is a transversal intersecting AB and CD. So we can say that angle APR is equal to angle PRD Same thing, that is alternate interior angle. See, they form the Z once again, APRD. Okay, so now I'm taking this entire angle APR. So APR includes this 50 degrees and this Y as well. Got it? So now if we know, you can say, but angle PRD equal to 127 degrees. So that is given. Therefore we can say angle APR is equal to 127 degrees. Okay, now but we can write angle APR as a sum of these two angles. So we write angle APR, we keep the 127 that side, and instead of angle APR we write it as angle APQ. Okay, angle APQ and APQ, and we'll write it as QPR, an angle QPR. Okay, we can write over here in brackets, since angle APR is equal to angle APQ plus angle QPR. APQ is nothing but 50 degrees. We've got it over here, so we write this as 50 degrees, and QPR we write it as Y. This is equal to 127 degrees. Got it? Now when we take 50 on the other side, it becomes negative. So 127 minus 50 gives us Y equal to 77 degrees. Right? So that's how we get Y. So we've got both X as well as Y in this problem. So not at all difficult. Once again we look to use the properties of parallel lines and transversal to solve the given problem. So in this video, that will be all for the problems on parallel lines and transversal. In the next video we will look at external angle theorem and sum of all angles of a triangle which is equal to 180 degrees. Thank you for watching.